Hey everyone, I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Amanda.
And you're listening to the Happily Everett After podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode. We are so glad that you decided to join us on our first podcast. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be exciting. We have a lot of things that we want to do and share with you guys. We're super pumped about this opportunity. We've talked about doing a podcast for a long time, and we've been in and out of doing it and settling on it, and then we finally said, let's do it. So we're going to get into a lot of things today, but first, if this is the first you're hearing of us, you're just checking us out from the podcast, just want to let you know that we started on YouTube. That's where we began, and you can find us at YouTube at Happily Everett After. We also have our Instagram. We have TikTok that we do now, which you can also find us at Happily Everett After on those as well. I think Instagram, you have to do the underscores for the spaces, but as long as you search that, you will find us there. So going back to our YouTube roots, we have been on YouTube since 2016. So we started in the fall, started doing vlogs, started doing family vlogs, and became just a lot more. So I'll let Amanda, who is my lovely wife, and we're co-hosts. We're not, one's not a host, one's not a co-host. We're both co-hosts. So go ahead.
You just talk more.
I do talk more. And I do and if you watch our YouTube, you'll know that I talk the most too. So it's not, trust me, Amanda can talk. It's just me blabbing.
It's just on the media. You talk more.
Yeah. Real life, it's you.
Because I'm more afraid of what people are going to say about what I have to say.
Yeah.
Like what people are going to say about my opinions, and you can just talk forever and it doesn't matter. So anyway.
I don't care. I don't care, but yeah.
We have been together for 13 years. It was literally like 2 or 3 days ago. It was 13 years. We've been together since 2012. We have been married for 5 years. We have a 3-year-old named Jackson, and he's just amazing. And I am also currently 30 weeks pregnant with our second child. We're having a girl. And then I guess that's kind of it, like, about us. So Mitchell's going to tell you a little bit about himself and his Disney career, and then we'll come back to me.
Perfect. Thank you. It's all about me. So we'll start from the roots. I'm from Tennessee. I grew up here. I went to school here. I went to school at Tennessee Tech University in Cookeville, Tennessee. I got my bachelor's of business management in Cookeville. So yeah, I got my degree there. I did the college program with Disney. I did that in 2013. Yeah, 2013, January 2013. And I spent the whole January through August down there, then came back and finished up school, stayed seasonal with Disney, and then Amanda can tell you a little bit about it as well. But once we graduated, we moved back down to Disney, started a career there. For me, I got to do a lot of fun things. Amanda did as well. I know you're going to talk about yours, but you have some really interesting things that you got to do.
I had a lot of different things that people probably wouldn't have expected out of me.
Yeah. It's not like I got all the cool stuff and you got stuck with the lame stuff. You got some really interesting things.
I did.
So, okay, we'll get back to that in a second. But I started at Sunset Attractions. I did Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, Fantasmic, all that stuff. And then, which was a lot of fun. Then I went over to Galaxy's Edge with the project team, worked on that, and then made my way over to the DVC preview centers and helped manage over there, which was really such a great time. And as you get to know us and through our podcast, my family is DVC members, so we have a lot to say about that, and that's basically how we do a lot of our trips. But anyways, I want to throw it back to Amanda. Well, I guess I'll say this. We did move back to Tennessee. We're in Tennessee now. I have a career here. I'm a real estate agent. So I've been doing that, and it's been a lot of fun. So, yeah, that's it. That's it about me. All right, your turn.
Okay. I am from New Jersey, so I moved down to Tennessee to be with Mitchell after he did his college program. I did not get accepted to the college program. I applied probably like 6 times, and I think the last time I applied, I got accepted, and then we decided not to do it. But that was when I was already in Tennessee. I have a degree in economics, and then, like Mitchell said, we decided to move down to Disney. So that's where my Disney career started. I did monorails, which which was really interesting. You always start out in monorails just on the platform, so you don't really touch the trains until you're there for a while. And then they train you on the trains, which is a little complicated. And I passed, so I was a monorail pilot for a few months. Then I transferred over to Star Tours. I did Star Tours and Jedi Training Academy and Muppet Vision 3D, even before they changed the costumes. I like the old costumes the best. They're my favorite. And then I worked on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway doing test and adjust for that. And then I was opening team for that. And then within that, I was a trainer and a coordinator at Mickey and Minnie's. And then I was a trainer at Star Tours. So all that was really interesting. And then we came back here and I worked at Dollywood as a recruiter. And then we had Jackson. And then I've been a stay-at-home mom ever since.
So what you're going to find out about Amanda and I is Amanda is very detail-oriented. Like, you gave so much more detail about what you did at Disney than I did, and you took like half the time to do it.
Oh, and I'm completely out of breath right now. I thought you would...
Do you do that all in one breath?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I thought that you would talk about being a trainer or coordinator.
Well, see, that's the issue. So if you guys have watched our YouTube, then you think you might know a lot about us, but you don't. Because I fumble and stumble a lot on my words. And I get tripped up. That stuff doesn't make it to our YouTube. But
it really should. Should have. I've always talked about doing a blooper reel after all of our like Disney vacation series, and I think that we should just do it this time.
I think we might do it.
Or like a hair flip count, like how many times do you flip your hair in front of the camera before you start recording?
It's not like, well, right now I have really long hair because I need a haircut, but it's not like I have long hair in general. It's just like if it starts to get in my face, I'm like, get it out. But okay, yeah, I'll back up a little bit. When I was at Disney, going back to my time there, I was a trainer and a coordinator for Rock and Roller Coaster. I also gave tours there, which was a lot of fun. And then I was just a coordinator throughout at the rest of the time when I went over to the project team and then to the DVC. So it was a lot of fun things. A lot of fun things we got to do.
Yeah. Oh, I did tours at Star Tours too, which is funny, tours at Star Tours. But it's like backstage tours, like mostly for cast members, right? It's just cast member tours?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm glad you clarified that because if someone doesn't know, the tours is for cast members and it's basically telling like the history of the ride and things like that.
Yeah. Star Tours had a lot of Easter eggs that like no one knew about. So that was really interesting to do Star Tours. And we got to go a lot of places that like you don't usually get to go.
Yeah. It's really awesome. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to get to talk about on our podcast. We have so many ideas that we're going to introduce and bring in, and we'll obviously bring that up in due time. But I'm super pumped. I am really happy about doing this with you and just extending kind of it's basically a new adventure for us.
Yeah, it's different than our YouTube channel because on YouTube we like show a lot and then sometimes we like sit and talk, but I kind of hate doing those because I feel like no one wants to sit here and talk, like listen to us talk. And then that's the whole purpose of a podcast. I also hate hearing my voice. So like this took so much convincing for me to do, but it's also so much less effort because I don't have to have makeup on. We could just sit in the house in our pajamas and not have to go anywhere and not have to like film while we're being out. It's a different dynamic.
Guys, I've been working this for going on, well, it's been about 5 years.
I was going to say it's been years.
And the reason why is because I started a podcast, a Disney podcast with my friends, and then we all had kids and we got really busy. But I've always wanted to do one with Amanda. That's really where we kind of started, and it took a lot of convincing. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I live here, so.
Well, let's move on. We're going to try to format these shows. Well, one thing I think that you guys will probably, get to experience from our podcast is it might not be as structured. We don't have any kind of script. We're going to have segments and things like that, but I think we just want to talk, like we're just going to kind of talk about things going on, just a little bit more conversational versus like bullet pointy.
Yeah, it was interesting when we did a poll on our YouTube to see what people would want to like see or know more about, like either our like personal life or like our day to day or like have us talk about Disney. And the answer was like a resounding, we want to hear more about like you, like as people, like your family, like all that sort of stuff. So that was interesting. So I didn't think a lot of people cared, and I don't know how much we have to talk about about what we do, but we can we'll find some fun things to do around Knoxville and talk about it.
Yeah, and we're going to be sharing basically all of our adventures, and obviously Disney, because we have a trip coming up in this fall that we're super excited about. It's going to be Jackson's fourth time going to Disney, which is always such a fun time. And then it's going to be the new baby's first time. She will be 3 months old, which will be great in a lot of ways. There's going to be a lot of challenges, but it'll be so cool. It's going to be her first trip to Disney. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of things that we've got to plan out and figure out. And it'll be a good time to talk about it on here.
And then we also have our Disney YouTube videos. So we took a trip with Jackson in September of last year, and it was just Mitchell and Jackson and I. And we filmed the whole thing. We stayed at the Polynesian, and we also stayed at Bay Lake Tower. And we did so much stuff, and we had such a good time. And we have those videos coming out every Sunday at 3:00, right?
Yep. That's okay. That's where we're going to try to premiere them. With me being a realtor, I've been doing a lot of open houses. So we might have to change that time because we do the open houses like 2 to 4. But right now, 3:00 Sundays, be there, be square.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, the premieres. We really like them. We get to sit and chat with a lot of people. We have a lot of the same people that come, which is also really fun because like we know who's going to be there and what we're going to talk about. So those videos are a lot of fun. And with those videos coming out, we will be recording a whole segment on it at the end of every show, just kind of about more detail of what we did that day, what went into the planning or the thoughts behind it, just some behind the scenes stuff that we didn't get to show or talk about on the videos.
Yeah, almost like a mini trip report in a way. We obviously won't be going into every specific detail because we'd love for you to join us on our YouTube channel and check that out and follow along with us. And then we can hop back on the podcast and kind of, I think, tell more, not behind the scenes, but tell more of like, oh, like this is kind of these moments we had and like some of the little fun stuff.
Remember on like the DVDs where they used to have the bonus features, like the commentary? It's like you could play this behind the video and it'll be our extra little commentary about what's been going on.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll do voiceovers.
Oh my God.
I'll do delayed
Please don't.
voiceovers. No, but make sure definitely go follow us on YouTube if you don't already. I know a lot of you that are listening right now have come over from our YouTube to check us out on the podcast, and we're super excited about that. Which brings me to our Patreon page that we've just started up. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things over there, a lot of bonus content, and we just want to start a community, really. We have that with YouTube and Instagram, and you know we chat with people through that, but I think it's going to be a great centralized location on our Patreon page where we can all kind of talk and discuss things and just have a little bit of fun over there as well. So make sure you go and check out our Patreon page. All right. So moving on from that, we have a fun topic today. And of course we wanted to keep the first episode just so much of getting to know us, a little bit about who we are, what we're going to be doing. But we didn't want to leave it at just that. We want to, kind of share what's going on because we have I don't want to say big conundrum, but it's a big challenge, right?
Yeah. So we really enjoy doing countdowns, like Disney trip countdowns. And we did this awesome trip countdown last year for Jack. It was so cool.
It was the creme de la creme.
We literally made it out of construction paper and a $1 piece of poster board from the dollar store. And we used my Cricut. Yeah. And that was it. And it was so nice and so beautiful. And we posted the video on TikTok and on Instagram. It was actually kind of popular. Yeah. I was really proud of how well it turned out. I couldn't believe that we made something like that.
Yeah, mostly you. My background is managing and supervising, and I do a really good job of that, especially when I'm not getting paid for it. So
I was going to say the only managing and supervising you do around here is at work. Yeah. Definitely not at home.
Yeah. So, no, I don't know if we explained, I don't think we did, but the countdown was, the basic was, there was a castle at the bottom, and it led to all these balloons, kind of like Up, if you think about that scene with the house and all the balloons, and it had days on it. We started at 50, right? Was it 50?
I can't remember. It was like 55 or 54,
Yeah,
something
that's what
like
it was.
that.
It was something weird. Because the reason why we were going to start at 50, and we're like, well, we're just too excited. We already got it ready. Let's just do it now.
Yeah, we had the extra balloons just in case, and we were like, let's just do the extras.
Yeah, so, and then every day Jackson would pull off a balloon that would obviously lead all the way down to the castle. Just the castle would be the only thing remaining. But yeah, like Amanda was saying, it's on TikTok, it's on our Instagram. So if you go over there, you can check that out. But we're really proud of how that came out. It's so cool. That leads us again to trying to figure out what we're going to do for this countdown. And we want to make it just as good, but it's really hard.
We have 0 ideas. We also have like 5 months left until the trip. So like, it'd be really big if we did something now. It'd be like, I don't even know. I don't want to math the math right now, but it would be a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know like where we could put something like that or what we could do. And like, I don't want it to just be like a coloring page where he like colors in a balloon every day or something like that. So we had thought about maybe doing like a weekly countdown until we got to somewhere around like maybe 60, maybe 30 days or something like that. Our issue is that we will have a newborn in like 10 weeks or less. So it can't be that complicated.
Yeah. It can be complicated regardless.
Yeah, that's true. Because we don't have like the time, or like I'm running on like half the energy that I usually do.
Yeah. So you brought up a really good idea though, like doing something weekly until we get closer. And one of the things we've done in the past, which is not what we're going to do, we did a chain. And this was back actually when we were in college and we were counting down our days to Disney. We had a chain that had all the rides on it and we'd pull off one each day. And
for a bit, I was trying to theme my outfit of the day to the ride.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I was really proud of my, what was it? Why was it Indiana Jones? Because of the show.
The show.
Yeah, my Indiana Jones outfit was good.
Yeah. We don't really do that in the parks, though. We don't really, what is it called
Disney
again?
Bound?
Disney Bound. Yeah, thank you. We don't do that, but I think we could do a good job if we tried.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more for like comfy and athletic wear in the parks now.
Me too. I'm literally like as light as can be. I'll even wear shorts that are not going to like hold in all the rainwater or the ride water because it's just miserable. But for this one, I really feel like what you're talking about weekly to it is kind of the way to go. But what are we going to do when we get down to the days?
I don't know. So, we don't have really any idea yet for like the day countdown. So for the week countdown, I don't know if we're going to be doing a chain or what that will look like. I kind of thought about some like popsicle sticks too, and you could pull them out of a jar. But we'll do either in the theme of like a ride or an attraction or like something, or even like our resort that we're staying at. And we can sort of maybe theme a meal to it and a movie, like watch the movie that it has to do with or something that reminds us of it. And then like some sort of an activity, like maybe a coloring page or maybe like a different kind of craft, or I don't know. We'll have to do something, at least 3 things. And then we'll just maybe record it on TikTok for the week.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I don't know. So like it's a very loose idea, but we're going to have to come up with, well, how many weeks are we starting at? Because we can't take too long to plan this.
Yeah.
We have 10 weeks until this baby is coming or less. So I don't know. And then like we have to continue it after we have a newborn or put it on pause.
Which it's going to be so interesting.
Like honestly, both ideas are terrible. Like, do you put it on pause? Because like that kind of stinks. But then like, so what's the point of starting it before we have her?
Yeah.
If we're going to put it on pause. But like if we continue with it, that's going to be a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we have a kid already, but just imagining having 2 kids running around and the little sleep we'll be getting, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot to try to be like, and we'll watch this movie and we'll make this meal and do all this kind of stuff. So I don't know, but we'll have to see. But as far as the daily countdown, I honestly have no idea. Like I've thought about just doing the balloons again because we still have the castle upstairs on the poster board. I just don't think I have anything that could beat it.
That's an easy way out, though.
I know, but we kept it for a reason.
I know, we did. Literally, it's in the closet. I know exactly where it's at. And we kept it just in case we're going to do it again. But I'm really surprised you haven't found anything on Etsy because, like, not Etsy, but what is it?
Pinterest.
Pinterest. Thank you. Yes, you are a Pinterest girl.
I am, and I've looked all over Pinterest, and I've looked all over Etsy too, because like some of the things I'm like, oh, maybe I can make it because like I have a Cricut, like I'm pretty creative, like let me see what I can do. But I just haven't found anything that's like sparked my interest. Like there's a lot of little, you know, like those like Christmas countdowns that we have, like the cubes.
Yeah.
And you like take them out and you rotate it. It's a lot of that, or it's like coloring pages or stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm just maybe you're going to be the person that everyone goes to on Pinterest for this one. Maybe you're going to think of something just completely outside the box.
I mean, the castle was like 2 ideas kind of put together, and then I think just the way we executed it like is what really made it nice. I have no idea what to do this time though.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe you should help us out with this. What do you think would be a really cool idea to do? Because honestly, kind of stuck here.
I know. Like I'm willing to customize it. Like we have a Cricut, like we can do all that kind of stuff, and we have some time before we do our daily countdown, but I'm stuck. I have no idea. It's probably like pregnancy brain, and then I'm going to blame it on baby brain, and then it'll be our Disney trip, and then we won't have a countdown.
You know, this is kind of a side note, but I'm having flashbacks here, and with the countdown, it just reminds me of the Disney. You said the Cricut. That's what made me think of it. But it reminds me of all the Disney shirts we've been making. We're not a like Disney family vacation shirt people, but for some reason the past like 3 or 4, that's who we've become. Usually
it's only on the day that we fly, though.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Last year, I always have such a hard time with like children's shirts. Like I can never get the Cricut material, like the iron-on to stick on the children's shirt. And last year, I think it was before we even got on the plane, Jackson had ripped the Mickey off of his shirt.
Yeah, it was actually, it might have been right before we even got into the airport. Because I feel like there's some pictures in the airport of it either coming off or like...
Oh, it's definitely fully off. I'm pretty sure before we even got in our car, it was fully off.
It was.
I found it on the floor.
It was because we looked back in our Ring camera and we saw it kind of sitting there. So it definitely did not make it. I found
this like black strip right next to our car, and I just picked it up. I thought it was just a piece of garbage, and I didn't realize it until we got like on the plane or like to the Polynesian. I was like, oh my gosh, that is supposed to be Jackson's Mickey.
Yeah, well, the shirts are really cool that we've been doing. We're gonna have to think of a theme for this year because I'm sure we're gonna do them again, right?
Probably. We just did them so last minute last year.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
so we
easy.
didn't have time to like think of like what to put on it.
Yeah, it's not easy to do.
No,
we'll have to think of something creative this year. I had one about, I can't say it on the podcast, but I created one about 4 years ago, and the idea and the concept was there, but the execution just was not. And I will not mention. You could go search through all the photos and you could find it and you could probably figure it out.
It looks like something.
Yeah, the execution was pretty
but
bad.
I think about it a lot. Like probably like
sure you do.
I think about it like once a month, and I'm like, how could this have been executed like any better? And like I don't know. It would have been like too much detail, and we just didn't have the space or the time or the material to do that.
Yeah. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to the countdown, we've got to figure out something good. So, it really, one of the ideas that you brought up that I really like doing is having like a night with Jackson kind of themed to it, or watching something involving it. I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Well, I like the idea of like watching something, but like, I don't think we should do like the food.
No.
And watching something in the same night.
Yeah.
Because then it's just a daily countdown. It's not a weekly countdown.
Yeah.
Like you got to make it last.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
And we also have to print out a lot of our materials before we even start this thing. I think we should just go to Staples and print out like a bunch of coloring pages that have to do with like what we would be planning to do.
Okay.
And then that way we won't have to like keep printing stuff out, because why buy ink for our printer that we have upstairs?
You can just go to Staples and spend like $5 and get it printed out. Yeah. You know, but that printer ink goes so quickly. You literally print like 10 pages with ink, with color ink, and it's like, oh, toner's low.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then it's like $60 for like a new cartridge of ink. And then they always run out at different times. Of course they do.
Yeah. You start printing, the ones I love is when it gets like halfway down a photo and then it just starts to fade. And you're like, you couldn't have just finished the job.
And like
really?
everything is just one color. It's like all blue or all pink. And you're like, all right, thanks.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we're going to come back to that. We'll probably talk about it more. We're going to settle on it. And if you guys have ideas, let us know. And then maybe we can either add it to what we're doing or just use it in general.
So I know this is kind of backtracking a bit. We said we were going to do like what's happening this week and then our Disney trip and then our vlog stuff. But what is going on this week is, we went to the UT open practice today.
Yes. The University of Tennessee football. It was awesome. It
was good. We had like this whole plan for the day. And of course the plan like didn't work. But it didn't work because like, we knew there were things going into it, but like we parked and then we had to walk to the campus to see the vol walk where like all the players and the band all like walk towards the stadium. But we were kind of late this morning. And the walk was a lot further than what we remember. And Jackson walked slow and I waddle very slow. I was going to
say, you walk slow.
And then so we saw that kind of, and then we had to walk pretty much all the way back. It's like probably like a 15-20 minute walk for me and Jack. We had to walk all the way back for to go meet at McDonald's, which that was I think the one big kink. I think if I were to do the whole day again, I think I would not have gone to McDonald's. I think I would have just packed peanut butter and jelly and just like sat on the campus and just ate it there instead of walking back to the car.
Yeah, I think it's obviously different back in the day when it was just you and I. We go over there because then we could walk back and forth, no problem. But now that you are about to pop and Jackson is, 3 years old, he's a toddler, it makes things a lot more difficult to do. But it was still a lot of fun. I mean, it was Jackson's first time going to Neyland Stadium, really his first football game. Obviously, it wasn't it's not a normal game or anything like that. It's just a practice where they scrimmage and whatnot, but it was really cool being able to take him over there and letting him kind of experience it a little bit,
I think he had a good time. He likes being like a fan, so when people like clap or cheer, he really likes participating in that.
He's all about that. Like so he got tired, and we'll probably talk about that in just a moment, but at just one point he was kind of laying on me and everyone cheered because there was a touchdown and he popped right up and started clapping just right into it. He really loves that. He loves getting into it. Yeah,
he's very participative when it comes to that. So it was okay. The people that sat around us were just like the worst kinds of people. It was just kind of terrible. It was just like less than what I expected. We also had a really big group of people and I wish we sat like half in one row and half behind. It was general admission, by the way. So you kind of sat wherever you wanted. But all of us sat in a row and you couldn't like talk to anyone except for the people next to you, which I don't think that was like thought out, but I don't think we had time to like think it out.
Yeah, we really didn't. We kind of just like ran into the stadium and the seats were filling up. Where we picked to find seats, it was just filling up really quickly. So we were like, well, just grab these here. But it's obviously loud in the stadium and we are kind of under an overhang. So,
kind of. We were under an overhang with the speaker right above us. Very true.
So it was really loud. So it would have been better if we were like a half and half. That way we can kind of turn around and talk versus, 8 people down a bench trying to yell down there. It was just not working out.
So we ended up skipping Jackson's nap today because he usually naps around 2:00 and that's when the practice started, was at 2:00. And he got a little bit cranky and a little overstimulated and just too much was happening. I got up to go to the bathroom and he wanted to come with me, but we were squeezing past a whole bunch of people. So I decided to just let Mitchell hold him. And then
not good.
Jackson lost his mind.
Yeah, he had a meltdown. He was obviously tired. He's a toddler and he does really well if we've kept him out past a nap or if we keep him out late. But we think he's going through like a growth spurt at the moment because like he's sleeping a little bit longer on his naps and he's like constantly hungry. And this kid never hungry. Eats, and he's like he'll finish breakfast and then 10 minutes later he's like I'm hungry,
Yeah, and he runs right to the pantry because he wants to eat pistachios.
Yeah. What does he call them again?
Pistachios?
Pistachios, yeah. Yeah, he goes...
He used to call them mustaches.
That was a good time.
Do you remember last week when he called your mustache a pistachio?
He literally, I was holding I think it was right before bed or something, and he looks at me and just kind of smiles and he goes, and he points out and he goes, "Stachio." And I said, no, it's a mustache, but
Kids are so cute.
yeah, he's awesome. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
So we did end up leaving.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
like only lost out on like a half hour of the practice, which wasn't bad.
yeah.
Kind of beat the traffic and the foot traffic going out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the capacity for today was 45,000. It wasn't at capacity, but there was a lot of people. I'd probably say maybe 30 to 35,000. Probably 35,000.
It was pretty full. I wish we had walked over to the other side of the stadium
Yeah.
because they had more seating over there, and that was
Yes.
an entrance that a lot of people were not going in because it was not at the front of the stadium anyway.
Yeah, that would have been better.
And it would have been in the sun
It would have been in the
because
sun.
it was also cold.
Yeah, it was. That would have been so much better. But overall, I'm really glad we went. I'm glad we took Jackson. He had a good time. It was a lot of fun. We got to, see football in the spring. So you can't beat that, can you?
No. It was good. It was really good. And the quarterbacks were really interesting to watch too because Tennessee just lost their quarterback.
Oh
so
my gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get you into that.
No,
but
I'm not, because that's a whole separate thing.
I know. I did really like how the fans were really backing up both of the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
though.
it's really cool, and that's what I love about college sports is the camaraderie, especially here in the South. Like football is everything, but it was really cool because it's like, oh, these quarterbacks decided to stay, so like let's cheer them on. So I thought that was great. And then when we came home today, it was so late we didn't put Jackson down for a nap. We just kind of let him have a rest hour in his room, and he just sat there and read books, which was really cute.
And we have been watching The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is something else that we kept forgetting we were going to talk about. And then we kept forgetting to talk about what we were going to talk about. We like to stay updated on a lot of shows and stuff that come out. For anyone, I might as well say this now. I'm a huge fan of Pedro Pascal. So,
I
what?
Nothing. It's just, I'm surprised. You're a fan of Pedro Pascal? I don't think anyone would have known that.
It's shocking. I
Yeah.
know. And so pretty much anything he puts out, we're going to watch. Mitchell never grew up with a PlayStation. I only grew up with like Nintendo gaming software.
Yeah, I had an
So
Xbox. I was an Xbox guy.
You were, yeah. We never played The Last of Us, and Pedro Pascal was in it. And so I decided we had to watch it. So we did, and it was really good. We still have not played the games. I know some secrets about season 2 that I'm not telling Mitchell because I read a lot of things.
Yeah, I was about to say, here's the thing. Amanda doesn't like spoilers, but she finds herself in spoilers all the time. And I don't mean by accident. It's like, oh, Pedro Pascal was in this interview about The Last of Us. Let me go ahead and just watch it real quick.
Well, no, it's not the interviews. He wouldn't spoil it.
No, but
It's like in the comments that people just start like really. I don't know why. I'm a big comment reader, so I go there right away.
You look for funny stuff.
I know, I do, and then right away, like someone always has to say something that spoils it. So I know some spoilers for the second part of the game, The Last of Us, but no one knows how they're gonna unfold it in the show. So anyway, we've been doing a rewatch of the first season of The Last of Us. We were supposed to do it once a week, and then that didn't happen.
No.
So we just finished episode 6.
I think 6.
Yeah. And we have 3 episodes to watch before the second season premieres tomorrow night.
Which, we'll probably be doing we'll probably recap The Last of Us as like bonus content.
Yeah.
I think
no, I
that'd
like
be a lot
that.
of fun.
Yeah.
We also, and I've been bugging Amanda about this one, but we've had so much going on. We've got to watch Daredevil.
Yeah, we do. We do have to watch Daredevil. I thought you were going to bring up the Skeleton Crew.
No, but now that you brought that up, we do have to watch that one as well.
I really didn't like that.
Yeah, but you know what? But that's fine. You can not like it.
We could put it on as we go to sleep at night, and I could just fall asleep to it and pretend I'm watching.
That's what you do with everything.
I know.
So we'll probably do some stuff like that on our bonus episodes over on Patreon. So be looking out for that if you join us over there.
Most of the shows we try to keep up with are like Marvel or Star Wars. We try to watch all the Marvel and Star Wars shows.
Which is why I'm like, we have not watched Daredevil yet. And it's just like, we've got to. But we have had so much going on. When Daredevil came out, we just got back from like traveling a lot. And like every week we've had it's just been a lot of things to do. It's
been a lot. We've had a lot of like other stuff to catch up on too. And then we've also had Daredevil. We watched the first episode of the Skeleton Crew. I could not get past it. I just really didn't like it, but
I liked it.
What other show didn't I like? I didn't like Echo, but what's the other Star Wars show that I didn't like?
I know we keep coming back to this, but I don't remember. I mean, they had Andor.
Oh, I loved Andor.
I know you liked Andor.
And then they're coming out. That's coming out season 2, soon.
Are we going to watch that?
Yeah, we're going to watch it.
Okay. So, I don't know what the other one was that you didn't like. Was it? It was. I know what it is. It's the one with the girl, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you know
what's
what I'm
the name
about.
of it?
I could
have told you that. I don't know the name of it.
I know.
Though.
She's. Oh man, she has a twin sister.
Yeah.
Oh my, Acolyte.
Yep, that's it.
I liked Acolyte.
I did not.
But I thought it was just an uphill trajectory. And then the last episode was like...
Well, I thought the story was cool. I don't know. There's just something about the execution of it that I just didn't like.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's something about the Skeleton Crew that I am just not loving right now.
It's the kids.
It's the kids.
Yeah, she's a kid hater. I'm just kidding. She's
no. I don't know. I feel like with the Acolyte, like being about like younger adults and like teenagers, and then they went right into the Skeleton Crew with like the kids. I don't know. If Andor had come out in between, I think I would have been more likely to watch Skeleton Crew and just like feel it out a little bit more, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you got to give it a try. We're going to go back to it at some point. So, I'm sorry.
Well, you probably will. I'll just fall asleep.
That's okay. Maybe that's where we're just going to end
I did
up with
see a
one.
lot of good things about the Skeleton Crew, though. But I just cannot like pull myself to watch it.
Yeah. Even Zach likes it. And for those of you who don't know who Zach is, he is my cousin. He's been on our YouTube. So you can check him out there. You can see all the stuff we've done together. But he likes the Skeleton Crew. And
I didn't know he watched it.
That's like the only thing he has watched.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
What a bad choice.
Well, no, Zach is very like old school Star Wars, and he is very critical of a lot of things like that when it comes to Star Wars stuff. So for him to say he likes the Skeleton Crew, like for me, I'm like, okay, well, it's got to be good. Not that we take everyone's opinion with
But did he watch Andor and like all the other stuff that like we're obsessed with? Because like when you're comparing it to that, like
true, but this is someone who's very critical. So
yeah, but he has not. But you know what I mean? Like when you have nothing to compare it to, it's like, oh well, that show is great, but like I haven't seen any of the other Star Wars shows. It's like, well,
yeah, I mean that's very true.
I mean, because Andor, I didn't think I'd like Andor, and
Andor
I loved it. I'm so excited for the second season.
Me too. Andor and Mandalorian were top notch. Yeah. And Andor and just making sure I said that right.
Obviously, I love the Mandalorian.
Oh my gosh. You know what? You can spend a whole, honestly, a couple like 5-6 episodes of our show talking about Pedro Pascal.
I could.
I'm just gonna one week when I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do the podcast. I'm just going to pass it over to you, and you can just talk about him.
I could easily fill up an episode with that.
Yeah, I know you could. So, what else we got going on this week? We like to, honestly, we say to each other, we're like, what's going on in your world? So like that's kind of a thing we do. It's like, what's going on in your world?
Oh, I'm stressing about Easter.
Because we're hosting Easter. We host every year. But why are you stressing? Because it's not your typical, got to make sure everything's ready. I mean, it is. Those are the small things. But why? Tell everyone why you're actually stressing right now.
I don't know.
Sorry. Is it that late at night that you forgot?
Yeah, it's 10:08. Okay.
I'll remind you. The Easter plates.
Oh, the plates. Oh, my gosh.
She sent me like 6 different ones. And I'm like, yep, they're all nice.
You couldn't pick one either.
No, I couldn't. But I'm not stressing over it. I could just blindly pick one if I have to.
Well, we need plates. So for like when we have family functions, I really like getting oval plates because you could put more food on it. And that's kind of the point of like a family party is like eating food. But I don't know. The oval plates are just a little more expensive. And then there's not a little more. There's a lot more of them because they come in bigger packs. They either come in like a pack of like 100 or a pack of 3. And then the round plates, like they're like cute, but they're just, I don't know. They're more affordable and they're like easier to pick like the amount that you need. But the oval plates are just like a lot better for family functions. So I don't know. So we'll have to see where we end up with the plates.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out probably by tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're probably going to go get them.
Well, and then we need to color Easter eggs.
Yes.
Because I make like sort of like a stuffed Easter bread. It's a variation of like an Easter bread, but basically it is just pepperoni and cheese and hard-boiled eggs all in a delicious bread dough. And so we have to color eggs first because, of course, we color eggs every year, even before we had kids.
Yeah.
We've colored eggs together.
That. Yeah. And I really like hard-boiled eggs, so like I'll eat them afterwards, even if they're not going in the Easter bread, which they do. They all
not
end
with
up.
the price of what eggs are right now.
I know. We just paid $8.50 the other day for what was it? 12 eggs.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Of store brand.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a really tough pill to swallow there.
So I'm like stressed about like, I don't know, like buying all the food, making sure we have everything and that the house is organized and the backyard.
Oh, I got to weed and seed the backyard. I've put it off
And
now
mow?
for 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, I got to
And
mow
we have
too.
flowers to plant.
Yeah, we do. We just bought flowers a couple days ago and they're just sitting there
Because
beautifully in their pots.
Rained the last 5 days in a row.
Yes. So, and then tomorrow I have an open house. We're supposed to have a community yard sale. And yeah, there's just a lot. It's like every day we don't have enough time to breathe. Like to be able to come on and do this podcast tonight was like kind of not last minute, but it was just kind of, we wanted to get the podcast going. And how long have we been talking about it? Recently, like when we agreed to do it, we've been talking about it for what, about 4 weeks now?
Yeah, a few weeks.
So, and now it's like, okay, we've actually got to do it and record it.
And the plates are most important.
Yes. Going back to the plates.
It's really the only thing I can think about. I feel like it's one of those like, you like control what you can. And
Yeah.
like, I can control the plates. I can't control the price of eggs.
No.
But
no.
or when we're going to be able to do it because Jackson has 2 Wii Ball games this week.
That's another thing. Jackson's playing Wii Ball. And if you're like, what is Wii Ball? It's T-ball for kids that are like under
3.
Yeah. And it's so funny. It's exactly how you would imagine it. None of them listen. And when they do, it's just silly. It's so cool. It's such a fun experience and Jackson loves it. So we have that this week. We have Wii Ball this week.
2 games.
2 games as long as it
We have
doesn't
to color
rain.
Easter eggs, do the yard, go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah. And I'm glad you have all that capacity to be thinking about that so I don't have to.
Oh, I don't have that capacity. I really don't. We need to make a list.
Yeah. Yeah, we do need to make a list. So I think we got to do that tomorrow, really.
The list or everything?
Everything, basically. No, we just got to get the list going tomorrow. We're both list people, but I will jot it down in my phone, and Amanda's like, no, I'll remember it.
It needs to, well, or on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It needs to be a physical copy.
Yeah. You are a physical copy type of person.
Yeah.
I could just put it in my phone and I'm good. Now, what happens when we walk into a grocery store and you're going in
whether I've wrote out a list on a piece of paper or the list is on our phone, I walk into a grocery store after I've begged Mitchell, like, we need to go shopping, we need all this stuff. I will walk in there and like leave my brain in the car, and instantly the first thing out of my mouth is, what do we come in here for?
Always. She could beg me to go to Target like all day, like, oh, when you get home, I want to go to Target, I want to get this, I want to get that. And then we get there and we walk in the door and those automatic doors close behind us and she goes, I forgot why we came.
Yeah, but you know what it is about Target? I'm just so excited about everything, like the dollar spot.
No, you know what it is? It's called the Target bubble.
That's true.
When you walk through, there's something that it just mind wipes you. And you're like, I don't know what I'm here for, but I'm here to get everything.
But I have all this money. I have like $400 that I just need to spend at Target.
Yeah.
That's what Target does to you.
Yeah. I think that's kind of it with our week, right? I think that's kind of all the things we have going on and coming up.
It sounds really boring. I'm like, who's going to listen to us talk about list making and grocery shopping?
You never know. Or
I'm
maybe
stressed
no
out
one.
already. This is why I don't talk, because now I'm stressed out and I won't be able to sleep tonight because I'll be thinking of who's going to listen to this podcast about us talking about our Easter plans. No one.
That's going to be great.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, this is why we did it. And it's going to be, and that's why we wanted to do a podcast, was to really get on and share more about who we are, as a couple in our daily lives, because it's so hard sometimes to be transparent on YouTube, because you're trying to make it entertaining. But at the same time,
it like seems so set up. It's like, okay, for the camera, like making
Yes.
Jackson do something for the camera or whatever, which like we always hate to do, but he'll do something once,
I was about to say
and then
that.
we'll ask him to do it again, and like he's just like, no,
Yeah.
like absolutely not.
I'm like, I've got to capture this moment and I've got to share it because he's my kid and I think he's cute and hilarious. And then I'll pull out the camera. I'm like, okay, Jack, do it again. And he just looks at me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah, absolutely not.
He's like, oh, okay, how about now? And I'm like, oh, thanks. So I think it'll be what we want to do. And like, hopefully you guys can tell is we would love to continue to build a community that we've already started and just continue to add to that. But we have never been in a position to try to like oversell ourselves. Like maybe one day we'll be part of like the big time, Disney travel media and we get invited to places. Like that would be awesome. But we don't want to be like influencers. Like I don't want to do anything just fake.
Yeah, I don't want to like sell out. So
Yeah.
like this is like what it is. If like we're just
Yeah.
sitting here like yapping and like people care, then fine. And if people don't, then like we'll move on and like do something new.
Yeah, but you should care. You should care. Everyone
Guess
should
so.
care.
This is probably the most anyone has ever heard me like on any kind of our media like
Talk.
ever.
Yeah. And you talk a lot. You have
I am.
a lot of...
I'm a yapper.
You are. It's just that when it comes, like we said, when it comes to YouTube, I kind of take over.
Well, it's not like you have a lot you want to get across.
Yes.
And then you just don't take a breath.
No, I don't.
So like even if I wanted to like jump in and say something, I just don't/can't because it's already being taken care of, and I'm not going to like reiterate what you said.
Yeah.
But we do have a problem doing that
And
in general.
I reiterate myself all the time.
Yeah.
I will be like, oh, and like, thank you for listening. Oh, and also I really appreciate you joining us today and listening. And it's been a blast. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I do that so much.
It's a lot of editing. Thank God I'm not the one who edits any of this.
Yeah. So, no, but really what I'm trying to get down to is we hope that we entertain you, that there's a lot of things we bring to this podcast that might be different than what you're listening to, or maybe it's just another voice or just more content. But please, like, if you enjoy what we're doing and enjoy the conversations, like share it with your friends, share it with your families. We'd love to build up a community and continue to grow and have a lot of fun and just chat and just be people, because sometimes there's a lot of things going on in the world that is stressful, whether it's your daily life, whether it's much bigger and political. We get that, and sometimes it's fun it's just like Disney, right? Like you dive into those vacations and it's just you kind of get away from it all. So we hope that what we're doing here on the podcast and what we do on our YouTube and Instagram and TikTok is just kind of another little outlet for you to, join us and just to kind of, have that escape from the world. So I feel like that was a great way to end it, though.
Well, we forgot about something,
What
which is what I'm literally sitting here just like staring at Jackson's placemat because Mitchell just went on.
That's what I do.
Because
See
that's
what I'm
just
saying?
what you do.
I was trying to end the podcast.
I know, but there's something important we forgot to talk about.
I'm sure. What is
like
it?
something really big on the podcast that we're doing that we forgot to talk about.
Oh, that's easily what I do. What did I miss?
Our guests.
Oh. Yeah, so that's actually a really big one. We have a lot of people that we're going to be bringing on the show and doing episodes, like current cast members, former cast members, people who are going on Disney vacations, friends of ours. Just we have a lot of people that we
even both
we
of
have.
our families. Like
Yeah.
my sister and her husband did the college program. Your sister did the college program.
Yep.
Like we have friends from overseas. We have just a lot.
Yeah. And
They're like, it's a lot of Disney guests, but
Yeah.
I feel like there's like other like life stuff to talk about too, right? Because like if
Yeah.
they're in our life, then like that is like involved in like our weekly segment, you know?
yeah. Yeah. And I think it's not always going to be like, we're hoping, we don't want to be strictly a Disney podcast. We are going to have, obviously Disney is a huge part of our life. That's what our YouTube's based off of and everything. And we're going to have a lot of Disney stuff, but we also just want moments like this to kind of discuss everything that's just going on and just fun stuff, and bringing our guest on that maybe it's not a Disney trip that they went on or their Disney history, but maybe just kind of like seeing what's going on in their world, you know? I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm pumped up for that. And here I go talking again.
No, you're good.
So we'll share more as we get to that, and we'll have people coming on. And but yeah, no, I think that's going to wrap it up, right? You want to kind of end it here?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, because I just yapped again, and I'm going to keep yapping until we just finally say bye.
This is the only time he gets to yap.
This is it. I'm letting it all out.
It's
I'm
me.
getting it all out now. No, but we hope you enjoyed this first episode. This is us, and we hope it comes across as fun as we feel like we are, or as sleepy as we are right now. It's not that late at night, but now that we're parents, it's late enough. But anyways, thank you guys. Everyone who listened to this first episode, like I said, you can check us out on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok at Happily Everett After. Go follow us on there. Go check out all the stuff we're doing. But for the show, make sure you leave a comment and 5-star. That would be amazing. That will help our podcast continue to grow and climb, and it'll be easy for people to find. So leave us a 5-star if you can. That'd be great. And that's it, right? You have anything? You have any closing words?
Good night.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next episode.